So what do you think it was that you were doing that got you the recognition, and where do you think you're going to go next with it?
Thank you, Al. That you can probably guess Robert Noyce was a co-founder of Intel, had something to do with Moore's Law. We're at Qualcomm, so it's not a new concept, and everyone knows that since late 1960s, number of transistors have been doubling every 2 years. Now, actually, it's getting to close to about 100 billion transistors. A lot of Qualcomm chips are right at that complexity. I don't know what the people thought about it. It's remarkable to have 100 billion transistors packed in a 2 meter by 2 meter square, right? But it's even more difficult to make a good use of every single transistor to let them to do something interesting. So that's the field I belong to, called electronic design automation. My PhD work was actually just on a very basic level, place and route these transistors together so that they can be arranged in an optimal way. Later on, I worked on the problem, how do you map Boolean equations? Remember, that's something you learned in your digital logic class? Those equations into the circuits, these transistors. And in the last 20 years or so, I started working on high-level synthesis. So what it enables is that you can just write software programs, C programs, TensorFlows, and the PyTorch, we can compile into silicons with push of a button. I think Jeff was talking about the IoTs. You can have billions of IoT devices and just write software program to describe what you want. And by pushing a button, we can actually give you the silicon on the other side. So that's what we're doing. And then more recently, I got very passionate about, I call it the democratized integrated circuit design or customizable computing. Because it used to be considered a black art, that if you can do design circuit, that's cool, but you have to go through probably bachelor, master, even PhD in electrical engineering. By this high-level synthesis technology we created, we really want everyone to be able to design chips. You can say, okay, I cannot afford to fab. You don't have to fabricate your own chips. You can get this wonderful device called FPGAs, stands for Field Programmable Gate Arrays. You can program in your office on your desk and to be a compression circuit, to be a CNN convolution circuit, or to be a natural language understanding circuit. You may say, okay, I even don't own FPGAs, but it's so cool that the FPGAs are actually in Amazon Cloud now. By paying $1 or $2 an hour, you can use as often or as little you want to create your own customized circuit. And so my job in the last 10 years, I would say my job in the first 20 years to enable hardware designers to design circuits very easily. And in the last 10 years, it's really to enable software designers, IT professionals. I want everyone, as long as you can write program, that you can design circuit. And my assistant secretary had an argument with me, says, oh really, you want everyone to design circuit? How about me? I said, yeah, you can design it. But I said, you do all this spreadsheet for me, right, for budget planning. And you take any spreadsheet, you can press a button, you can get a circuit out of that. So that's what we want to achieve.
Great. Okay, so Jason, thank you very much. Now I want to remind the audience one more time that after the session and in the social event, you'll have your opportunity to approach the speakers and talk to them. So if you're getting questions as you hear them speak, please remember them. And if you can't remember them, well, write them down. You'll have your chance after this portion of the event. Okay, so my good friend Anantha, wow, the Mildred Dresselhaus Medal. Very impressive. Same question, what were you doing that got their attention and where are you going to go with it next?
Sure.